I went on a 3-day solo kayaking adventure. On day 1, I headed out into strong headwinds and whitecaps. I haven't done any paddling yet this year, so my muscles were pretty sore and tired. The air temperature was pretty cold at only 5 or 6 degrees Celsius, and that wind was bitter. The going was slow. It took me about 5.5 hours to go 17.5 kilometers. I was exhausted. There was hailstorms, wind, and I had a little friend come along for a ride. When I finally reached my island destination, there was thunder in the distance. I quickly set up my tent in the lee of the island, but I was in for a bit of a surprise. The storm and wind changed directions quickly, and I had to hold the tent down so it didn't blow away. I managed to jump inside to hold it down with my body. All I wanted to do was eat and rest and recover from my trip, but I had to wait out the storm. I am so exhausted. My muscles are so sore. They're not used to paddling yet this year, and everything hurts. Now I just need some downtime to recover. Hope this storm doesn't last too long. Finally, the storm was over, and I was able to make my supper and enjoy the beautiful sunshine. I went for an evening walk on the beach. There were so many moose tracks everywhere on this island, along with moose bones, moose teeth. All of this would normally be underwater, but the lake levels are so low this year. There's my campsite, and now I'm ready for bed. Day 2. In the middle of the night, I was woken by some noisy neighbors, some Canada geese on the island. I was feeling pretty tired and sore still, but you can't complain with views like this. I had a delicious breakfast of oatmeal in the sunshine, and then I started getting ready for my next day of paddling. Today the plan was to paddle about 7 kilometers over to the nearby village of Yakuche, where I would look for some pictographs. As usual, there was a strong headwind that I had to grind into. I pulled my boat onto the rocks and then explored the cliffs to look at the pictographs. I found some really old ones that were nearly completely covered in lichen. I've been on a mission to find and photograph all the pictographs on our lake, and these might be the last ones. 14 kilometers of paddling later, I was back on my island and reading and relaxing in the sun. I read until it was too dark to read anymore and enjoyed the moonlight. The morning of day 3 started out sunny but soon turned cold and windy. I paddled for about 15 kilometers, but I had the wind at my back, so it only took me 2.5 hours to get back. And that was the end to another fun yet challenging solo trip.